What is vibe marketing and how do you use AI to build a brand that actually feels like you? In this video, I want to break down the concept of vibe marketing and vibe stacking, a new way of working with AI that's all about energy and identity, where your story is part of the marketing strategy. And this is something that I'm learning in real time. And I want to walk you through how I'm making sense of all of this, how I'm applying this in my business. And you can too, without needing to be techie at all. And let me share my screen here. So I saw this tweet from Allie K. Miller. I highly recommend you follow her if you're looking to stay cutting edge in the world of AI, talking about vibe this and vibe that. And immediately when I saw this image that she said, I'm like, wow, this looks really awesome. There's a lot of text here. I don't want to read it all. So I naturally went into ChatGPT. I copied it and I pasted it in here. And I said, how does all this vibe stuff with AI and business apply to me and what I'm building and advising my clients and how we succeed moving forward? And I just did this about 2 hours ago while I was eating lunch. So what this is Allie provided us a lens through which we can view AI integration in the various functions in business. So you're going to hear terms like vibe marketing, vibe coding, vibe stacks. And what Allie did is really give a roadmap of how all of this goes. So let's break this down on how this applies to me and my clients and you as well. So what ChatGPT said is, hey, if we're looking at vibe coding, this is where I can look at my ghost team on the development side of things. This is where our AI agents can be extensions of our leadership and brand identity. In Vibe Research, this is our intelligence layer. This is where we can use AI to understand more about what's going on out there so we can use this. And then she's got Vibe Investing. This is about building the system as an asset. We've also got Vibe Sales. This is your bridge from content to conversation. You got Vibe Hiring. This supports your team of one scaling model. One of the things I continue to see in the world of AI is how we're not going to have companies with 50 or 500 people. There's going to be a one person, $1 billion company, and we can all build that. And then we've got Vibe Learning. This is your show. This is what I'm doing in real time here. Vibe Content. This is your lead generation flywheel. And then Vibe Marketing. This is your conversation layer. And then for me, we've got Vibe Wellness. This is my Heart Wins Global Movement layer that I'm doing this. And lastly, Vibe Executive. I'm building out something called the AI Operating System. So with this, strategic uses moving forward. Vibe marketing is about an internal language. This is your energy and your ability to infuse your heart, your energy in all that you're doing. And this can become a differentiator for all that we are doing and building. And then with this, naturally, you're going to see this is great, but I want more insight into what this vibe stack actually means, because seeing the 10 different layers there, it can feel like a lot. It can feel overwhelming. And I actually feel like I'm further away when I see something that Allie tweets with all of these options and all of these new tools and apps that I can use, because I've got the capacity, I've got the vision, but now you're like, how in the world am I supposed to take action on these 10 different areas and learn these 10 new tools? And that's what I actually put in there. So this is an important insight. What is a vibe stack actually? It's not just tools or categories. It's about identity-driven infrastructure. This is so important. The number one thing I am coaching on and leaning into in my business is all around embodying identity, heart, soul, essence into AI. So as you can see it say, your energy, intention, and essence shapes how you build with AI. And one of the things that I've been saying a lot over the last week is that so many people are using ChatGPT like it's out of the box from Best Buy. We're using it like Google to answer some questions, but the real key is turning this into a personal operating system for ourselves that has our essence, that has our workflows, that has our vibes. So the stack is just how our essence shows up. So vibe coding or the way that we're learning, or the vibe marketing. So what does this vibe trend really signal? That AI is not just a utility, it's a personal and professional amplifier. It's not just about using the right tools, it's using the tools in a way that reflects who you are. And one of the biggest tips that I can share from my own journey is that I am not somebody who is using every single AI tool out there. In actuality, I'm somebody who's not using a ton of tools because I like to go super deep in what I'm doing. Right now, I'm all about ChatGPT. I'm all about Gamma. Of course, there's a few other things that I'm doing here. And it's all use case specific for me, right? I see an area in my business in which I can do something. Boom, let me find the tool for that. So you can see here, the old model was our stack equals apps, automation, and productivity. The new model stack, AKA vibe stacking, is expression plus systems plus soul. So this is why this is vibe and not workflow. So it's not just what we're doing, it's how we feel and how you move. And remember, I am learning this in real time just like you. I wanted to share my screen saying, hey, here's the insights that ChatGPT is sharing with me about how I can apply this in my business. So often in the world of AI, I hear, Rob, I'm just so overwhelmed by how much there is, how many tools. I feel so far behind. And for a lot of people, myself included, that when I see vibe marketing or things that Allie is sending out there, it's very inspiring, but it doesn't feel urgent for many people. So it's like it's a possibility. We see the capacity for how we could grow our businesses into this, but it spreads our mind across all these 10 different buckets. It's like, okay, cool. I got it. This is a trend. We got vibe marketing, vibe coding, vibe all of this stuff. How am I supposed to be doing this in my given day? And with this, oftentimes it shows, hey, here's a tool that you can use. But then we're like, but what's the ROI of this? Because we do have a finite amount of time. And yes, we have teams or virtual assistants or AI agents that can help us with these things. But I want to make sure to share sort of my perspective on what I'm experiencing with vibe marketing and vibe stacking here. Because it makes you, what you're already doing, feel incomplete. You're like, wow, look at all that Allie just shared here. Man, I am just not doing much. But then the real reframe is that we can upgrade this, right? This is something that is a possibility for us. So the friction that we're feeling equals an overwhelm, and that gets us out of flow and into planning purgatory. Man, welcome to the world of AI. Planning purgatory everywhere. It's like, okay, how in the world am I doing all 10 of these things? Sure hope you have a chief AI officer there. So now we're going to start to get to the good here, as if this wasn't always good to begin with. So how to hold on to vibe marketing and vibe work without adding weight. So let's reframe this. Use the vibe stack as a map, not a mandate. We don't need to build it all. We are it. We are the product. So I'm already operating in many of these layers. I just haven't named them in the way of vibe marketing, vibe coding, vibe stacking, because I've introduced the concept of soul data, adding in our identity, our vision, our values to all that we're doing. So we can use this as an opportunity to either, one, audit, or two, prioritize. And I think a key here is we're not chasing here. So which of these layers is actually producing the most amount of leverage for us? Not what's the next thing I need to be doing? And then the next thing here, and the thing that I'm saying the most to my clients as the number one skill you can build for yourself right now, is thinking and dreaming big as humanly possible. Not even humanly possible, as big as possible. And this is all around one word: capacity. Because if you say, hey, ChatGPT, create me a tweet, it'll create you a tweet. If you say, hey, ChatGPT, build me a rocket ship to the moon, it'll build a rocket ship to the moon. So we got the tweet or the rocket ship, AI can fill it in from there. So we can turn this vibe work and this vibe stacking into a capacity stack. And this becomes my off ramp to talk about capacity without sounding super coachy. So it says, hey, you can say to your client, let's find which layer of your capacity stack is leaking energy, time, or clarity. We'll strengthen that layer using AI. Man, that is so simple and so pure, because you can say there, hey, I want to create more capacity in my business and with my brand. Cool. Where am I leaking that time and energy? Where am I my bottleneck? Where am I the roadblock? Cool. Let's look for AI right now to fill that in. Such a simple use case there. So now it becomes about focused system building, not, hey, I'm trying to stay ahead with AI. And then here's the next one. And this is so simple, but simple is not always easy. Build one on-ramp at a time, right? Let's not try to integrate all 10 of these at once. And this is why so often this can feel so overwhelming, because the image that Ali shared, while great, you look at it and you're like, man, she and all her clients are integrating all of these things all day, every day. And here I am. I'm just learning about vibe marketing right now. I get it. And this is why I'm sharing how I'm working through and processing the new era of vibe workflow, vibe stacking, vibe marketing, vibe coding. And even this, in the way that I'm sharing this, I'm a vibe. My energy, my language, the way that I'm thinking about this. I do not have a tech background. I do not have an AI background. I just decided to go all in on AI because I see what's possible and I'm building it from that. So we can use the vibe stack categories as modular prompts inside of my AI operating system that I'm building for myself. So now you can start to see the silos of where this can work for you. And it says, when you're working with a client, or you can ask yourself, where's my current bottleneck? This is nice and simple. And then we can drop that into the vibe layer with the right prompt, agent, or workflow. And this keeps others off stage until the moment of need. And that's so important. You know it's there, but I'll get to it when it's relevant. So how can you use this moving forward? As language. Number one, we're building your vibe stack, your way of operating with AI that reflects your energy, leadership, and vision. Number two, as positioning. Most people are stacking tools. We're stacking capacity and resonance. Oh, baby, that is, just put that inside of me right now, right? We're stacking capacity and resonance. This is such a different ball game if you're operating from what we're talking about right here. And then as an onboarding lens, let new clients self-assess across the 10 vibe layers. Where do they feel strong? Where's their friction? This gives this conversation map, or it says, this gives me a conversation map, not just a roadmap. It keeps us in business transformation, not just task management. And then what it said here is, if you want, I can build a visual version of the Rob vibe stack based on how I'm already doing this. And it becomes a lightweight touch to explain this to clients without sending them down a rabbit hole. And I always just say yes to see what ChatGPT creates. And look, this is what it ended up creating for me here. Your energy, intention, and essence shape how you build with AI. So there's vibe coding, vibe research, vibe learning, vibe content, vibe marketing, vibe wellness, vibe marketing again. Looks like we've got a hallucination, vibe investing, and vibe hiring. So this is something that very easily, with the new AI image generation, you see how we can go from a concept to an image very quickly. So here's the last part for you, and I'm living this right now, speaking out loud. I feel inspired to create a YouTube video about this, about vibe stacking or vibe marketing and all of this. And I didn't plan on doing this, even though I've got a little bucket in my calendar that says Creator Hour. This is what it is. And then boom, what it started to give me here is SEO-friendly video titles, my video flow. And that's what I ended up creating right here that you're seeing. So we are entering a world, and we already are here with AI, where heart and identity and essence and energy and resonance and capacity, These are the name to the game. That's what vibe means when you hear vibe marketing, vibe coding, vibe stack, vibe work. And our ability to infuse more of this, our heart, into our systems and our processes and our workflows, that is what is going to help us win. And I would love to hear from you. Are you new to vibe work? Because I am, and I would love to hear, is there anything that resonated with you from this? Have you been down this rabbit hole before and you're doing some good stuff with it? If so, share your thoughts and comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, share this with a friend who needs to see this, that we have a responsibility to lead others in using AI in a way that will make the world a better place. We're all starting at zero. We're all going to do the best that we can. I'm going to share what I can to help you on your journey, and you can help me by sharing this with some other people. Sending tons of love and good vibes your way. Hope you have yourself an amazing rest of the day.